So once you get clear about what this emotional guidance system is, then you can get on with what you've come to get on about. Then you can be the deliberate creator. You can be or do or have anything that you choose because you've got this backup. So step one is contrast helps you to define what you want. You do it all day, every day. And step two is source becomes it vibrationally immediately. Wrote a whole book about that called Ask and It Is Given, and that's what it was about. That when you ask, source becomes the vibrational equivalent of it. The energy that creates worlds. Imagine that. The energy that creates worlds, the vibrational equivalent to your desires. Keeping the light on, keeping the vibration steady, so that anytime you get in the vicinity or away from the vicinity, you'll know where you are in relationship to it. Helps you to zero in on who you really are and what you really want, to become the fullness of all that you are. So your work really is a step 3 part of this 3-step process. Now step 4 process, but the step 3 process we talked about for so many years. Ask, source answers, and then you must find a way to become a vibrational match to what you're asking for. In other words, you can't want something and doubt it and get it. You can't want something and be mad that you don't have it and get it. You can't want something and be impatient about it. The flight attendant said, "Thank you for your patience." And Esther said, "You're confused about who." You must be talking about the previous flight because no patience happening here. You can tell by the way you feel whether you are in alignment or whether you are not. So we are eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. We're going to help you to find some ways, if you want them, to line up easily with who you are and what you want. In some ways, some of the things that we will suggest today, you will stubbornly protest against a little bit because it's just going to seem too simple. And some of the things that we're going to say to you and promises that we're going to make to you, you may even doubt a little bit because they're just words that sort of kind of make sense and maybe you feel resonance with them, but you haven't had the manifestational evidence in your life yet about it. But we know that with just a little bit of listening and a little bit of resonating and a little bit of awareness and then a little bit of focusing, that you will find manifestational evidence about everything that we talk about here today. You're going to know precisely how your thoughts become the reality that you are living, so that not only you are aware of it, but others who are observing you as well. So as we've been talking to you about launching these rockets of desires, we also wrote a book about where they go. We called it The Vortex. It's this vibrational reality. It's this vibrational reality that you cannot yet see or hear or smell or taste or touch. You can feel it emotionally. Well, that's just annoying to people. We spent a lot of time trying to talk you into getting into the vortex where everything you want is. And you were very nice to us. No one ever got up and left the room. Well, just that one guy. But you were interested about the vortex, but you began saying things like, okay, so my fortune's in the vortex, Abraham. I want it to come out of the vortex and into my bank. Because it's nice knowing that I've created realities that I can't see yet or that others can't see, but really, how long can this go on? How long do you think you can keep me hopeful about things that aren't tangible? And we say, it was never your intention to come and live without the tangibility. You are in a time-space reality where you can measure your existence through your manifestations. We just want you to understand that if you've got a vibration going on that is keeping you from being a vibrational match to what you want, the manifestation that you want cannot come. And you wouldn't want it to. You wouldn't want it to. So then we began talking to you about, so here's all of this vibrational reality, and you're going, yeah, we accept it, get on with it. How do I get it into my reality where I can see it, where others can see it? And so we began talking about your point of attraction. For a while we called it a grid. It's your point of attraction. It's like the framework of who you are, looking for different ways to help you feel the reality of your point of attraction. Your point of attraction, where you stand. And mostly it's about how you feel right now. How do you feel right now? What's your mood? What is the mood that is swirling around you? Because your mood is the best indicator that you have to let you know what the vibrational atmosphere is that you've got going on. And your vibrational atmosphere matters because it is your point of attraction. How you feel, your mood, the thoughts you're thinking, the beliefs you hold, what's going on, the conversations you have, how you move in the world, how you feel in the world, what you're doing now. Right now, you have a relationship with your vortex. Right now, you have a relationship with your vibrational reality. And the question that we want you to ask yourself is the relationship that you have with something that's in your vibrational reality, in your vortex, is the relationship you have one of holding it away? And you can tell by the way you feel whether you are holding it away or whether you are allowing it in. You can also tell by whether it's coming in or not. We're not asking you to just hold yourself in this emotional state of being and just take our word for it. What we're saying to you is take our word for it, hold yourself in the emotional state of being, and watch the evidence move from your vibrational reality into your reality until before long you will have such confidence in your ability to manifest anything that you desire, because you will have discovered what kinds of things you've been doing that have been preventing the things that you want from coming easily. And we can tell you in a very succinct, nutshell kind of a sentence what it mostly is. Your observation of the conditions that exist now are the reason that you keep repeating a pattern that holds away the things you want. It really is that simple. You got to change the way you look at things. You got to reorient yourself. You've got to become more vibrational interfacing. You have to trust the way you feel. You have to accept that you have guidance. You have to accept that your guidance is always leading you toward what you want. And you have to be aware of when you're moving toward what you want and when you're not moving toward what you want. And you have to accept that the emotions that you hold are the indicator of whether you're moving closer or further. You can just tell. You'll get so good at this that you'll be in the middle of a conversation and you'll stop talking right in the middle of it, because you'll realize that you're moving away from what you want rather than toward what you want. So often, in your quest to make someone else understand what you mean, who's in a different vibrational frequency and is not hearing what you mean, in your attempt to get them to hear what you mean, you are responding to the condition of them not hearing. So you are basing what you are saying based upon what they are not hearing, and then you join them in their frequency rather than maintaining yours, and then instead of them hearing what you mean, you hear what they mean, and nothing changes. Oh, you got that, didn't you? So let's just start talking about some stuff that's important to you, and let's make everything that we said just now more tangible for you. We want you to feel your thoughts becoming manifested. We want you to feel the movement of the vibration into awareness, into emotion, and then into see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, tangible, manifested stuff, just like you intended. You're not here just to accumulate stuff, but you are here as a masterful creator. You're here to mold the energy. And how your life is playing out is evidence of how you're doing. There are a few very brief things that we want to say to you, and then we're going to throw this open to conversation with you about anything that you want. But these are the primary elements that are important for anyone who has decided to be a deliberate creator to understand. You are vibrational first and foremost, and you are always emanating if you are conscious and awake. And so you have a point of attraction that law of attraction is always responding to. And you have control over what you emanate because you have control about what you think. And in time, you'll be able to think on purpose. The things that you're observing will no longer dictate what you're thinking. You will be able to think on purpose because momentum will allow you to do so. You know this because this is what beliefs are. A belief is just a thought that has momentum. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. And we want you to not beat up on yourself about your beliefs, because you offer a thought and then you offer more of that thought, and law of attraction makes it easy for you to offer it more and more and more, and then something manifests that matches it and you say, see, I knew that was true. Esther argued with us in the early days of our interaction with her. Abraham, it's true. I know you don't think I should think about that, but it is a true thing. And we would say to her endlessly, we know that it is a true thing because someone made it true. Your attention to it is going to make it true for you. Our only encouragement is that you decide before you make it true if it's something you want. because you can make anything you want true for you if you will get the momentum of it going long enough that law of attraction can bring it to you. But most don't. You say, I want it, but, I want it, but, I want it, but. I would like this thing that never comes to me to come to me, but it never comes to me. And wouldn't it be nice if this thing that I want more than life itself would come to me and save me from the wretchedness that is my normal life experience? I so want this thing that I've never seen. I don't know anybody who's really living it except that one person who's immoral. That person who I disapprove of completely is living my dream, but of course I do not want to dream that dream because there is immorality involved. In other words, you shoot yourself in the foot with all of these things as you're trying to mostly explain why things are not better for you. And we want you to understand that there is only one reason that things are not better for you. You've got a thought process going on that you could change if you wanted to. So this gathering is about sort of goosing up that desire and helping you to come into alignment with who you really are and all of the potential that you were born with. You're doing extremely well. We do not want this conversation to make you think that we think that you are not doing extremely well. But we know for sure that you're here because you're seeking improvement. You're here because you want to contribute. But you're here because there are questions that you would like to have answered. And there are solutions that you're looking for. And we want you to know that within the framework of your understanding the law of attraction and your vibrational relationship with your source, which is what your emotions are all about, that you will find here today, if you want it, the formula to be or do or have anything that you desire. There is nothing that is off limits for you. If this time-space reality has spawned the desire within you, it can deliver the full-blown manifestation. So here's what has happened to you today. You have acknowledged that you are vibrational first and foremost, and that you live in a vibrational universe. And you've acknowledged that there was a vibrational trajectory within you before you even came into this body that still is there. That there's a trajectory of such powerful, forceful, pure positive energy, love and clarity and worthiness. So here this trajectory is, and in every moment in time you have the ability to align with it or not. It's your choice. And it's not wrong when you don't, because if you don't, you just launch more rockets of desire. You just get clearer and clearer and clearer about what you want. So you can't get it wrong. And you never get it done. And the reason you can't get it wrong is because you never get it done. So then you add to that knowledge the idea of law of attraction and the momentum that it causes. And then you couple with that your understanding about momentum, law of attraction, momentum. And then you think about the trajectory that you held before you were born and how good it feels to get on that path of love and how awful it feels to get on the path of hate. How good it feels to get on that path of self-appreciation and how awful it feels to get off that path of self-appreciation. So you couple your knowledge of the eternalness of your being with being born into an environment that is vibrational, that is being managed by law of attraction all the time, 100% of the time. You acknowledge that you are emitting a signal all the time and that your signal can be felt by you. You can feel the wobble or not. You can feel the alignment or the resistance. And you acknowledge that since you now know that your emotions are your indicator, you now know that you can align with the trajectory, not just that you were born with, but that you have added to every day of your life experience. It is not possible for someone who cares about the way they feel to not find and sustain your joyful path. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. We felt the movement within you. The reset button has been pushed. You are in a different place than you've ever been, and every relationship that you have is forever altered because of the shift in vibration that has taken place here today. There's no homework. There's nothing that you need to do. There's no assignment. You cannot upset us no matter what you do, because we are wobble free. We love you unconditionally. So don't do it for us. Find your alignment for the joy of the moment of alignment. and let that be the criteria by which you live your life, and then watch what happens in terms of the way you feel as you are moving forward. You are uplifters.